Hi, dear students. Today we are going to learn 7th unit in 10th class English C reading. I will give you detailed explanation. Each paragraph is explained. The first paragraph talks about how India is a country where many different types of people live together. We have many ethnic groups. Ethnic groups means communities who come from different cultural backgrounds. We speak many languages. The country is like a Babel of tongues. Babel of tongues means you hear different languages everywhere you go. People in India also wear different kinds of clothes depending on their region, weather, and tradition. The paragraph explains that this huge variety exists mainly because India is a very large in size, almost like a continent. When a country is that big, differences in culture naturally develop. We also have many religions, beliefs, and faith systems. In spite of that, ante even after having so many differences, Indians have always tried to build unity. They have tried to create strong bonds among themselves because unity in diversity is our biggest strength. That is the first paragraph explanation. And now the second paragraph. This paragraph says that people who look at India only from outside without deep thinking feel confused. They get bewildered, means mentally lost, because they only see the differences, different languages, different food, different clothes, different festivals. Such people cannot understand the only one in many, meaning that they fail to see that deep inside, Indians share the same spirit. The writer says we must look at India with intelligent thinking and a superior interpretation. It means using a deeper level of understanding. If we look only at parts, we may think India is broken. But if you look at the whole picture, we see the unity that brings all Indians together. Now, paragraph number 3, explanation. Here, the writer says that if we study India carefully, we will clearly notice the unity beneath the surface. The diversity of India is not a weakness, it is actually a strength. Different cultures, different religions, different dress styles, and different languages make India culturally rich. In fact, these differences add wealth to the country, not poverty. Sir Herbert Risley says that even though physical appearance and social life differ from one place to another, there is still basic sameness of lifestyle and values from the Himalayas in the north to Cape Comorin in the south. This means that our differences are outside, but inside we are connected. And now, the fourth paragraph. Historian Vincent Smith explains that Indian civilization has some qualities which make it unique compared to civilizations in other countries. But within India, these qualities are seen everywhere. This means that the features which make India special belong to the whole nation, not just one state or one part. Therefore, he says that India can be studied as one single historical unit in the story of human development. This supports this supports the idea that India has always been one united culture. This is fourth paragraph explanation. And now fifth paragraph. This section turns to history. It says that Indian history clearly shows that people long ago already saw India as one country. India is not just a geographical landmass on a map. It is not just a mixture of people living separately. India is a living culture. The writer says that Indian history is alive today because Indians feel a shared connection across the whole country. Even though people belong to different castes and communities, the inner heart of India is one and the same. Now, the sixth paragraph explanation. This paragraph explains that India has many races, castes, nationalities, and communities, but still, we all share the same cultural heart. Our cultural heritage, meaning the tradition of art, music, literature, and learning passed from generation to generation, binds us together. Our culture is so strong that it unites people of different religions and beliefs. Even though we pray differently, speak differently, and dress differently, our emotional connection to India or India's culture makes us one family. Now, paragraph number 7. The writer says in this paragraph that Indian culture is built through centuries of mixing. Before the Aryans came to India, Dravidians lived here. When Aryan's culture mixed with the Dravidian culture, Hinduism developed as a blend of North and South beliefs. Then the paragraph adds that India has 150 dialects. It means local versions of language or languages, and 22 recognized main languages. However, Hindi, just like English, has become the national language, the common language which can be used to communicate across different states. Hindi works as the lingua franca. It means language that connects everyone. And next paragraph, cultural heritage of India. These paragraphs describes India's rich cultural achievements. India has music, dance, theater, sculpture, and fine arts that go back thousands of years. Our sages and saints taught spiritual values like penance. Penance means self discipline. Piety. Piety means devotion to God. Peace and control over desires. Our scriptures means ancient holy books contain deep spiritual knowledge like Gita, Ramayana, etc. Compared to this spiritual richness, Western material success looks small and empty. Now, many Western people are following Indian yogis, Indian teachers, and Indian spiritual leaders because they want inner peace and emotional stability. And the next paragraph, world recognition. India has been organizing festivals of India in different countries. These festivals show the world how culturally united and rich we are. People in Europe and America are now learning yoga, meditation, and etc. And they are also learning Indian music and spiritual values like love, charity, and brotherhood. This shows that Indian culture is not only alive but spreading globally. And last paragraph, not last paragraph, another paragraph, architecture, music, and dance. In this paragraph, it is explained India's temples like Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh or temples of South India show our excellence in architecture. The caves of Ajanta and Ellora show our skill in sculpture and paint. Indian classical music built on ragas, melodic patterns. Ragas means melodic patterns. And thalas. You know thalas? Thalas means rhythmic cycles. It is respected worldwide. Musicians like Pandit Ravi Shankar took Indian classical music to the Western world and made it very popular. The country also has a huge variety of dances, tribal dances, folk dances, and classical dances like Bharatanatyam, Kathak, and Kuchipudi. Dance in India is not only for entertainment, it is spiritual form of expression. Lord Shiva as Nataraja is the symbol of dance and cosmic energy. Indian theatre is 2000 years old, traditionally linked with temples and palaces. The plays combine music and dance, creating beauty and deep emotional experience. And now the final paragraph. The last part says that we must protect India's cultural unity. Western countries have advanced technology and have even reached the moon, but people there often feel isolated and lonely in their own society. India, is in contrast, offers emotional and spiritual unity. The writer says the younger generation must carry India's cultural torch forward proudly and not be attracted blindly by Western lifestyles and material success. Thank you.